All right, here we got stage 10 pro cycling bets picks. Let's see what we can dig into here. Now that Remco's out, things have changed around. So overall, to win outright, switch around. We picked Almeida at 15. It's now down to 13. Looking popular. We think he'll really perform in the third week. We're still not huge stands though, so don't take that with a grain of salt. But let's take in the stage 10 here. So stage 10, if we go over to the site, we got a stage profile up here. It's kind of like a repeat of stage 5. We got a lot of kickers in there. It's going to be 50-50 break or sprint, but we're leaning towards the sprint because we think teams have been really cautious this Giro, and we think they're going to be, again, cautious. And they're not going to want to let breaks go. They're going to want to unless it's the right break, like if it's the right break with the right riders, they might let it go. But overall, we think they're just going to let it come down to, one sprint at the end, everyone together, everyone not really just too on. They all kind of want to feel the race out and feel what's going to happen with Remco gone. Now with his big name, who's going to do what teams are going to do what, etc. We do have some climbs in here, but they're all kickers, all things that people can go over. You also have a bunch of descending, 22 kilometers descending. So Caruso could do some GC action on that descending and try and cause a break. So you may want to place down some money there, but it's still a stretch. We don't think they'll let him go. We don't think they'll let any GC contenders go just because they're so kind of concerned about what might happen. But again, head over to the site, stage profile, search that up. We had some success on the weekend. We had a big Saturday for us. We had Derek G place at 600 to 1, which was great. And Brossard, apologies to the French, our pronunciation is horrible, but we had him come first at 67, which was a big win for us. So that was nice. So let's go back over here. So we'll probably take Milan and Groves at 8, even though our value odds are 15. I think that's what we really want to see is riders over 15, but we'll go for that. We'll take it. And then the weird thing was, we had G over the weekends, the Canadian G, not Geraint Thomas, and Simon Clark is also on G's team, Israel Premier Tech, and he's 41. And we're like, wait a second, G is at the time we took him, he was 251. He's now 151, probably because people are like, that 365, you got things wrong. So anyway, we took G. We also like APP, or we're going to call him APP because we're not going to butcher his name. But he's on GC. He's AG2R. His team has looked really, really hot overall. If we go over to the GC, he's in 15th, and he moved down on the time trial, so they'll probably want to make that back up. But they're not going to let him tomorrow. So we're not going to bet him, but in the future days, we may. And again, Caruso could do some GC action in 8th. Still, probably not. DSM, I don't know if they're going to try and keep Leckensend up there, but again, not tomorrow. Thibaut's been sick, so we don't think he's going to go. The rest day will help him, so they might not expect it. But the biggest thing is Soudal Quickstep, right? They don't have Remco anymore. What are they going to do? They're going to go stage hunting. So we're looking for those players who are going to go in that break. So we took a look at their team. We went through all of them. And the only 2 that we thought, Cerny's total time trialist, whatever. We're looking for people who can come in the top 3. Because if you want to bet on someone who's going to go in the break, not only do you want them to be able to go in the break, you want them to be able to come top 3 from the break. And if they're not good enough to sprint and win that break, then there's no point putting money on them. So the 2 that we found that were suitable for that was Vervaeke. Sorry, Belgium. Make easier names. He came second right at the start of the season. Sprint a small group. That's good. If you're winning from a sprint a small group, you have a chance. Again, this is a 2.1 race. Doesn't speak to much, but it does show potential, especially they might. But the one that we like the best is IVW, Ilan van Wilder. We feel he's been performing well throughout the season, general classification at a 2 Pro race. But most importantly, he's come third on the stage and also second. Second of the stage was, if we open this up, it was a sprint from a small group, right? Yeah, sprint from a small group. That's what we want to see. So again, we're looking at them not tomorrow, probably. Actually, potentially tomorrow, given that they're not at all. They were all going for Remco, so they might just let them in the break. So let's take a look at Van Wilder. He's at 51. Decent odds. Decent odds. So we might put something on him. But overall, Milan Groves probably are going to take the stage if it's a sprint. Milan's been really fighting, especially as an Italian, to take that points jersey. So we'll see if that pays off. Van Wilder looks good. We've already put money on G. This will update though as we think about it. As news comes out, as we talk to people in the industry, we'll see what actually ends up being our bets. And always we'll update the sites. It's at the top of the page here. If you go home, we'll put the picks up. We have Soudal right now in G, but pay attention. We'll do that there. Overall, though, it's we hope the races continue to be interesting despite Remco being out of the race, but it does open up things in the coming days. Pay attention. We'll be dropping our odds in a separate video for Tour de Dunkirk, but that's also up on our site as well, the odds for that. So be prepared and have fun.